guys, welcome back to Clan Brandalorian, the podcast. This is episode 5. We're finally here. We just enjoyed some of our Christmas with our family and finally got some time to go ahead and record this episode. I did have COVID. I don't know if Bailey had COVID or not, if I gave it to him through the computer, but
I think so.
yeah, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm all good now. Bailey seems to be pretty good now, right?
Not too bad. A little tired, but we're all good.
Yeah, bro. I think that was the worst part, was just being tired and exhausted the entire time. But nothing, a little Tessin and some ibuprofen can't help.
Facts, because kind of felt like I was working out with Arnold Schwarzenegger the day before.
You're like, God, I'm kind of sore.
Yeah, no shit.
Did I hit
That
the bench?
was about it, though.
Yeah. Once you get over that soreness and that tired, it's really over, because like the cough and the chest congestion goes away pretty quick. But oh well.
Yeah, I didn't even have that. It was just like the achiness.
Yeah, dude, my lower back was like aching. That's how I knew. I was like, oh yeah, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right.
Yeah.
But with our health in good hands now, today's episode is all going to be about Lego, and pretty much, of course, straight in with Lego Star Wars. And obviously, you can kind of see behind me, I have my collection. Bailey does have his collection in his living room, and he does have a pretty wide scale of different varieties of Lego Star Wars. So, Bailey, tell everyone basically what kind of sets you have and some of your biggest sets compared to your smaller sets.
Well, it started off with this whole thing started with the Stormtrooper helmet, and it just went downhill from there. But I've got from the little battle packs with the clone troopers to the UCS Star Destroyer. There's a wide range in my living room. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And lately you've got me wanting to get the AT-AT. I know there's like 2 days before it retires, but I might have to pull some strings and figure out how to get it myself once it retires, which might not be the easiest task, but you've definitely inspired me.
You definitely need to get that one. That one was one of my first bigger ones. It was the helmets, really, and then that was the first larger scale one I bought.
Yeah. See, I didn't really get any large scale vehicles or any ships until the Imperial Light Cruiser Moff Gideon's. I actually got that for my birthday last year, 2 years ago, and it was a complete surprise. But that one, it was finally good to get like a bigger set. That way, once I had it all built, I was like, all right, I'm in the game now. Now I can start getting bigger Legos as well.
I graduated from the AT-AT to the UCS A-Wing a couple months before it retired.
Yeah, that's a clean one too.
It's really nice. I love that one a lot.
See, and I need to get the Y-Wing as well, the one that we were talking about not too long ago, actually, because I need to go ahead and get some of these clone ships and start going into getting some of like the Rebel ships as well, because I feel like just a sprinkle of those in a collection, just peak, man.
Is it the one, the Rogue One?
There's a Rogue One as well, and then I think there's
like the Resistance one, but I think it's retired too. Because I think all the I don't think there's like an active leading.
Oh yeah, no
Y-Wing right now.
Yeah, no. I see. And if there was one out right now, I feel like it would probably be harder to get.
Yeah, and that Resistance one, actually, it might have been retired when I bought it. I can't remember.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I need to get some of that Grievous ship in my collection, because I feel like that's what I'm lacking.
That one's awesome. I didn't look at the other ones, but the one I have is that Clone Wars version, so it comes with Kit Fisto's Padawan, Grievous, his operating chair from that episode of the Clone Wars, and his medical droid.
Yes, the medical droid is just cherry on top.
Mm-hmm. looking it up for this video, I didn't realize that that set came out in 2010.
Gross.
I mean, it
That's
makes
old.
sense because it came out with that episode. But I mean, you remember when I bought that?
Yeah, it
That
was
was
like
under
a
about a year ago now, actually.
yeah.
So it's just weird. I mean, that thing was someone bought it and stuck it on a shelf and didn't open it for 12 years until I got my hands on it.
Yeah, right. And you're like, what is this box scene? Why haven't you been opened?
I mean, it's great because if I'm gonna buy one, I don't want to buy one that's been built already or has been built and disassembled because one you take it takes if it's built already, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's been built and taken apart, then you got like a 50-50 chance at best that you're going to have all the pieces there.
Yes.
So I'll pay extra for the sealed boxes just so I know I'm not going to be missing anything.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing too is like especially with a lot of these clone trooper battle packs, there's or pretty much any of the battle packs. A lot of people what they do is they'll go ahead and buy like 4 or 5 at a time every time that
Yeah,
they visit the store. That way they can like get like either an army for
an
themselves
army.
for a mock, or even for times like this where they save it for a few years and then resell it for like quadruple the price.
Yeah, no kidding. Like we were talking about my TIE fighter pilot helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I I must have bought that right before it retired. Had no idea it was about to retire. Bought it off a Lego store, $65. Now you don't see them for under 230,
Yeah. Yeah, I
which
think the
is
last time I looked at
ridiculous.
it was like 340 on StockX.
I mean, I go on like eBay and I'll cruise around for deals on them.
Oh yeah.
That's how I got that Y wing and Grievous's Starfighter, obviously. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I'll see that one pop up and it's like it retired like a year ago. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I know I need to start getting on eBay again, kind of looking around cuz you can find some steals on there. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, I mean it takes a bid. I think I bid on 4 or 5 of those Grievous Starfighters, both that version, which is the one that I wanted the most, and that one that came with the was it a purple trooper, clone trooper, which I don't remember what legion that'd be, but that one too. And I took like 4 or 5 before I got one. I think I paid 120 for it,
Yeah. See, that's
which
not a
is a
bad
reasonable
price.
price. For that one, no, and it was free shipping, so hell yeah.
Yeah. Can't be mad at it.
Yeah.
But kind of with the opening here, we're just going to go straight into it. We have some of our own opinions, and this will hopefully be good for some viewers who are also into Lego Star Wars, because there's a lot of sets. There's a lot of current sets that you can find on the shelves, whether you see them at the Lego store, Walmart, Target, Kohl's, pretty much anywhere that sells Lego. And like I said, just all across the board, there's so many sets and retired sets that can all have opinions on. And so I think this would be a really good topic for this video. And we're going to just go ahead and dive into our personal top 3 favorite Lego sets in existence. So, Bailey, if you want to kick it off, what is
If I'm
your
gonna,
number 3?
number 3.
We'll start 3, 2, and then save the best for last.
All right. Hold on, I pulled something up on accident.
Oh,
My
you're good.
number 3 is I'm going to start off with the TIE Fighter pilot helmet.
Mm.
That one is just, I mean, it is the best of the helmets by a mile, in my opinion. And I love it. It is so sexy. It's so clean. It is just amazing.
See, and I can back you up on that because I don't have it. I have every helmet but the Dark Trooper and the TIE Fighter pilot and Rex, but I'm gonna get Rex within the next couple days. But it's everything from the like the air tubes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just the way that they use that in Lego form, the way it comes up and then actually sticks to the like the mount that the helmet sticks onto. Yeah, bro, it's
Too
clean.
good, bro.
and it's
Pretty good.
$350 resale value for a reason. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
you're not wrong.
got to back that up. Mine, number three, after you kicked it off with a good number three, mine is actually the Ewok Village. That is
Oh
actually
yeah,
set 10236, and it's 1990 pieces. So just a little shy of 2,000 pieces. But my dad always tells me about this Ewok Village he had with action figures, Ewoks, Han Solo, C3PO, Endor Leia, Endor Luke. And
that's awesome.
I feel like with Lego, they made that old 70s or early 80s set from Return of the Jedi for, like our parents, like when they were kids, like if they were to be in the Star Wars. And so I feel like that Lego set is just a direct callback to that old set because I've actually seen it in Wichita before. It's like vintage, but someone was selling it for like $300.
That's
But
sick.
it's like it's a real thing. Like it's pretty tight. I might have to look it up and kind of put it in the description later because it's a pretty cool set. But I like that Ewok Village, especially three on my list. If I think finding it, I think I saw it was like 330 for the Lego set itself. But I mean, under 2,000 pieces, and it comes with like 12 minifigs. Can't go wrong with that one.
That's not bad. But yeah, that's definitely fire. I
Oh yeah,
I see that on eBay every once in a while, and that's more of like one. I mean, it's really cool, but it's more of one of like the play scale ones.
yes, it's like a 9 to 14 set.
And I mean, I like those, and I mean, the figs are really cool, but I'm just the play scale sets aren't really my thing.
Yeah. See, I'll dabble in with the play scales 100%. I feel like I'm just now getting into UCS and I'm kind of capitalizing on them, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely taking my time. But what is your what's your number two, bro?
Number two, another UCS. It's the Lego Sandcrawler from 2014,
Oh yes, I
and it's
saw that
got
too.
yeah, it's got 3,274 pieces, and I saw one for sale uh, near here actually, and I called the guy about it because he had. I mean, usually you see those things for $400.
Mm-hmm.
He said his was sealed for like 150. I called him like an hour after he posted it. It was already gone.
That's crazy as hell.
Facts.
Because it's
Gonna
like
steal that bitch.
it's like big. It's a big set, and it also is fire because like when you see a sandcrawler like in the original trilogy or even in the Mandalorian now,
Yeah,
it's it's just like that shade of like dark brown. As the set, it's like two tone. It'll have
it's
like a
two
light
tone. Yeah,
brown and with a dark brown, which
so the dark brown. Yeah.
makes it 10 times better in my opinion. Plus, how many? I know obviously there's Jawas with it, but is there any other minifigs?
There's. Let me look really quick because I can't remember what figs came with it, but I think it came with some droids.
Mm.
Yeah, it comes. So I think it's like from the scene from the beginning of A New Hope. So it shows on the box. It's got like Luke and three astromechs and 3PO and probably Uncle Owen.
That'd be tight. Did you say R5?
It shows the box shows one of the droids with his head popping off, so I'd assume that's R5 from
Yeah,
A New Hope,
yeah.
and he's Mandalorian now.
That's fire. See, they've been throwing those little Easter eggs in all the sets, which in my opinion makes it 10 times better.
I agree. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Sandcrawler can't go wrong with that. That would definitely be a top five set for me as well because I was actually trying to wiggle it on this set, but I had to kind of stick to my roots and put the Ewok Village at number three. But my personal favorite at number two, which I've actually seen this in person and could have purchased it, could have been mine for $1,000.
Ooh,
So it could be mine, Biden, if you want to slide out another stimmy.
another stimmy. What was
the,
it? I don't know
the
what this
set
is.
could have been mine, but it's the 75060 UCS Slave One.
Oh, yes.
1,996 pieces. But what was crazy is I'm pretty sure it has one of the anniversary tags on it, like on the original like box print, and the stand that it comes with. It's not even like the $40, even the toy of the year, uh, Boba Fett's fire spray shit, like the newer one that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And like I love the size of that ship. It's good, but obviously like the little like cart mount that you can like stand it on, like
Mm-hmm.
it's not
It's
connected, but at the
yeah.
same time it works. But the UCS one, it's like Technic and it's built in, so it stands perfectly, kind of like at a slant. So it's too clean. Like I remember Lindsay, and Nick went to that brick fair in Wichita, and I was just like, dude, that was like the first thing I saw when we went to the like first vendor.
How big is it?
So if I was to compare it to something, it would probably be the size of like the R2D2 built, or even kind of like maybe like the Yoda, a little bit more, a little bit bigger, because it's real solid. But then like obviously like the fins or like the wings
Mm-hmm.
completely rotate like 360, I think. So it
Yeah,
actually, yeah, it just makes the set look a lot bigger. But I'd probably say it's around the size of the Yoda, maybe just a little bit bigger.
that's fire. Yeah, that I would love that. And I almost put. Apparently, they made a. I didn't add it to the list, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they made a Django Fett's one. It wasn't a
Yes.
UCS one, but they made it and they made Boba's, and I'm about to put that on the list just because it was probably when Attack the Clones came out.
Mm.
So I really want a Django Fett one. So that was about on the list at number two.
See, and we've talked about that probably the most of any Lego set coulda, shoulda, woulda beens. It
Mm-hmm.
because even even like the Boba Fett helmet, like I've seen people who switch out the green pieces for like the silver, and then they'll switch out
The
the red
red,
for
the
the
blue.
blue,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks clean. So it's like, I wonder if you could do that with the fire spray shit. But I mean, that's a retired set already, so I don't know how much it would be to buy all those pieces, because you'd probably want to go to the Lego store and just add all the pieces to your cart. That would take a while, but there might be some like templates out there that you can just like pick up on that people have already made.
I'm sure there are on like those forums
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, what's your number one, bro?
I've talked about this on my very first video on here, and you probably know where this is going.
Asking
You
dumb
know,
questions.
you know where it is. It's Anakin's Y Wing 80 set 8037 2009. I'm looking at it right now on StockX because I always have it pulled up. 265. Need it. I I will have it. Hopefully, I can snag one this year. I've been wanting one forever. I
It
need
might,
it.
it might just be time to bite the bullet.
I mean, it's gonna hurt because I mean it's it. I don't know that it says on the box how many pieces it is, so I'm not 100% sure. But I need that set. I mean, it'll hurt to pay $265 for something that's probably 600 pieces ish.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I mean, I'll put that thing in a piece of plastic and frame it on the wall or something.
I mean, maybe even in like a little shadow box. I don't see that's it's gonna make every collection spice up. It's kind of like how I look at my picture with Hayden Christensen in the room. I'm like, this is what starts the room. This goddamn
Yeah,
picture with this dude. But I feel like that Lego set would just be like, yeah, this is the center of the collection. Like this is what you see first.
yeah, and I think for me that's gonna be for right now. It's gonna be my UCS Star Destroyer because it's gonna be a coffee table within a few months when I
Yeah,
get the display case for it.
yeah, that would be
But
that would be sick.
but I will have it. I will have it.
Yes. Um, man, I'm keeping it real classic and real simple because I've seen it obviously in person at the Lego store. Uh, I've seen it in Kansas City, Denver, Minneapolis. So I've seen it a few times in, I mean, set number 75192. For if you're watching and you're a Lego fan, you already know what that is. CS Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
It's just,
that'd be really
it's so
awesome.
classic. It's so genuinely fire. And it comes with cool figs. You know, it comes with some of the Force Awakens crew, but then it also comes with the Empire Strikes Back crew.
And it's got
So,
like, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, doesn't it come with like interchangeable parts so you can switch it from like the sequels look to the original trilogy look?
Yes, that's what I was just about to say too. That's actually crazy because there's like in the OTs, like it's like the circular dish, like the
Just
satellite.
yeah, and then it's like a rectangle in the sequels.
Right. It kind of looks more like a new age like Earth satellite dish.
Yeah,
So yeah, the rectangular one. That's pretty cool. And then I think there are some parts where you can like lift up the top and see in, but it's like little compartments. As like the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, I have like the play scale one, like that. You can open up the entire top and it like opens and you can see all in it. As the UCS, it's just a couple compartments, but I mean, Millennium Falcon, dude, like that's the first ship really you see in A New Hope, like in Star Wars. So, and it's just too classic. I was actually, if I didn't have the UCS Millennium Falcon, I was gonna have the Star Destroyer because I mean the one you have because the Star Destroyer, bro, that's like
iconic.
it's too iconic, dude. And
Hmm.
I yeah, any ship that's all gray, it's gonna be a good ship.
My only thing with, and it'd be even worse with the Millennium Falcon. And I will never, after building that Star Destroyer, I will never buy a UCS set that's that big or that expensive ever again. Because I mean, one, it took me like 4 days to build, and I had those days off, so I did like nonstop. But it gives you like anxiety building it because if you mess it up, I mean, or drop something. I mean, this isn't like a little $20 Lego or a $50 Lego that's gonna be like, okay, well, go next page one. It'll take like an extra half hour. You drop that damn thing, it's gonna take you 3 fucking days to fix,
Yeah, you're gonna have to go way
and
back.
you're dropping $800.
Mm-hmm.
That's a car payment.
That's a Tesla payment, god damn it.
Exactly. So it just stresses the hell out of you. Like, I mean, I told you before they announced the Venator, if they make a UCS Venator, I will pay whatever price. I don't care. After that Star Destroyer now, I will not buy it.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to have it, make a MIDI scale one.
Yep. I agree. I love the Venator. It's clean. It's it's basically the Millennium Falcon. It's basically the Super Star Destroyer of the clones. So it's clean. You gotta have it. A MIDI scale, 100%, or even a play scale. I'll take it.
See, yeah, either or, I don't care. But
But
I can't do the huge one.
yeah, I feel the same way. Plus, I feel like the UCS Venator is getting bought out like crazy. I feel like every like big Lego YouTuber or social media Lego person, they all got the UCS Venator. That's kind of like a staple. Like
It
if
is
you
right
got
now.
this, yeah, if you got the UCS Venator, you're in the game. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, I don't really need it.
Yeah.
I don't really need it right now. I could wait. I personally, hot take, I'd rather have the UCS Razor Crest than the Venator. That's just me though.
No, I don't even have the regular Razor Crest. Surprisingly.
I don't either. I just have the microfighter.
Yeah,
That's the only Razor Crest I got.
I'm not a big microfighter guy, so I've got a couple of them that come in like the advent calendars, and they've
Yeah,
got that one coming out next year. That's going to be Rex's Y wing,
Rex.
and I'll buy that one.
Well, yeah, you
But
got to
other
have
than
the
that,
fig. That's
exactly
strictly for the fig.
because it comes is the fig from the Venator,
Yep.
and that's gonna be the only other way to get it. So I will buy that. But other than that, I've got them as like a Christmas present before. I got the Millennium Falcon, which is like the only Han Solo I have. So
Yep. That's Yep, that's the only Yes, that's the only Han Solo I have. I was gonna say I have it with the Millennium Falcon, but he died.
oh yeah,
They
I
put
don't have a
Lando in it.
Millennium. I don't have a Millennium Falcon either.
Yeah. Well, you will with the MIDI scale.
With the MIDI scale, yeah, exactly. That one will be snagged.
It's like $70.
Yeah, easy money. Not one is that one that comes out in March. I think the MIDI scale ships come out in March.
In March. Yeah. Dude, speaking of it, before we move on to the next one, I was watching Life Bricks on YouTube. Shout out
Yeah.
to him. But he he had rumors of in 2024 there's going to be a Darth Maul minifig. Not a minifig by itself, and it's not a Clone Wars. No, it's not a Rebels Darth Maul, and it's not a Rebels Darth Maul, and I don't think it's a Clone Wars Darth Maul. So what
Is it
I'm
like
thinking,
Phantom Menace?
with 25 years of Phantom Menace this year or
Ooh.
2024, imagine a Duel of the Fates diorama.
Oh, I would shit,
I'm crying.
bro. I don't. That one could be $700. Don't care. Easy money.
Yep. Click add to cart.
Add to
Like,
cart. Pre-order that motherfucker. No problem.
they have a mock design of, it's like the ray shield, kind of like the red ray shield, and Obi-Wan's minifig is behind that, and then it's Qui-Gon and Maul fighting, like, and it has the little like reactor like shaft
Mm-hmm.
that, and it's
The
kind of just like a little hole,
yes,
but it's like, bro,
yes,
like, you
yes.
gotta make that. You gotta make that.
I forgot that it's 25 years of Phantom. I was just thinking about Phantom Menace before we got on, but
And like,
it is 25 years. So that's ooh,
they
ooh.
it's a good opportunity, bro, and especially with the Boonta's Eve, like, I'll talk about that every single episode until it comes out, or I see a leaked image, like the Phantom Menace, bro, like with how slow and like how political that movie is. There's so much like they can capitalize on. Lego, Funko, um, Hasbro, Black Series, all that. Like, Phantom Menace, it's up there, bro. It's definitely top 5 Star Wars.
I would love to see. It could be Maul's starship, the
Yes,
scimitar, which
that would
they've made
be
before,
absolutely disgusting, and I think it's
and I
been a
will
long
buy that
time.
too. I think it was like I think it was around the time that movie came out. There might be a couple iterations of it, but I know that there was one around the time that movie came out. If probably around 2000.
Man, that would
But
just be absolutely utterly disgusting if we got something that dope of that caliber of Maul, because it's Maul, dude.
yeah, I would buy that. What if it's a diorama of when he's in his speeder trying to run over baby Anakin?
The plaque says Anakin drop, and you have like a little Anakin minifig, and you just like put his face in the sand.
There, he had no idea who Anakin was. He just wanted to run over a kid.
Nah. And then when he's fighting Ahsoka, like 10 years late 10, 13 years later, he's like, God damn it, I could have ran that little
I could have
fucker over.
ran him over. God damn it! That'd be funnier than shit.
Too late. But enough with the Phantom Menace. We're moving on just a little bit. What is your favorite set that you own? You can either say a couple or just throw one in. I have one myself, but I'll let you fire away.
It's. I'm glad that you let me choose a couple because it's a tie between the Star Destroyer and you remember me thirsting over the Star Destroyer for months and months and months before I eventually bought it.
It's fire.
Uh, it's all recent additions. I'm gonna go three just because I can't choose between them. The Grievous Starfighter, I absolutely love that set. Plus, you get the Grievous minifig. And the Grievous minifig, I was looking today, researching for this video. I could sell that for $40 by
Bro,
himself.
my Moff Gideon I have like 40 as well.
Yeah. And the third is the Y Wing from Rogue One. Because the Y Wing is probably my favorite ship.
They're gross.
I love them. And it's just like the regular play scale one, but it's super detailed. It's got the gold squadron color. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's clean.
But those are my three.
I mean, that's a solid 3, man. That's a good little lineup. You can't go wrong with a Y Wing. And especially from Rogue One, I feel like everything in Rogue One was obviously with it being the first movie since Revenge of the Sith and Disney getting its first, little shot at Star Wars. Production, crazy. The ships, crazy. Troopers, Darth Vader,
The attention to
Cassian
detail.
Andor. Yes, all the detail, the planets, everything was just, knocked out of the park. So obviously, going into collectibles, you can only expect fire. And yeah, any set. And even I have some of the Rogue One Funkos, like the Orson Krennic, bro. I was looking all over the place, and I actually found them for $6 in Wichita. I was like,
That's
bro,
sick.
why is this $6? But I won't ask another question. I'm taking it.
That was the movie that kind of started getting. I always liked the movies. I watched it when I was little, but watching that in theaters with one of my buddies I've known forever in the theaters on a school trip in 2016. It was what really started to bring me back into Star Wars.
Yeah.
So that also makes it a little more special.
Yeah, bro. See, my dad loves Rogue One. I love Rogue One too, but I didn't see it in theater. Like I was just kind of like, oh, it's Star Wars, movie, kind of like a little sideshow. And especially at the time, like I wasn't that was my freshman sophomore year of college, so I was just kind of like, I ain't really got time to go do that. But obviously, I had just seen Force Awakens, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what's Rogue One? Like, what's this gonna be about? And like I didn't see it until like a year later. And bro, Rogue One is a bad movie, bro.
It is so good.
It's it's crazy.
Us talking about it has me wanting to watch it. I might have to pull that up after we wrap this up tonight.
Yeah, I actually it was on Sling the other day. Like I caught like the last 15 minutes of it. Got to see Krennic get shot down by Andor, and then Andor and Jyn had their moment, and then of course the hallway scene. It's just,
Mm,
and then the little Leia deep fake, and Tarkin actually looked fire as hell in that show. You can tell he's deep fake CGI, but
but I
it's
mean, it's
it's
really,
clean.
really damn good.
Yeah,
Like Luke and Boba Fett. I was watching that today. Like he looked kind of iffy in the end of season 2 of Mandalorian,
oh yeah,
and then they hired that one guy who fixed him on YouTube
yeah,
and and stuck him on the Boba Fett project, and like you could tell it's a deep fake,
hmm,
but it looks really damn good.
yeah. That I don't know if it's the same guy, but there's another guy on YouTube who does deep fake, and he did like Walter and like Gus Fring, like all from Breaking Bad. And I'm
Yeah,
like, dude, this actually makes a huge difference because like Better Call Saul obviously is shot like years after Breaking Bad ended. So like he deep faked Jimmy McGill slash Saul Goodman, and then deep faked Gus because he also plays a huge part in it. And I was like, oh man, this actually looks good because it takes place before Breaking Bad. But
yeah,
yeah, but I think, you know, the first set I got, Lindsay got me the Boba Fett helmet, and that was like the first Lego I had built since like Harry Potter ones when I was a kid. And
yeah. Pretty
I
much for me too.
started getting that feeling back, like, oh yeah, like I remember, making Legos and following directions and all that. So that's always going to be a top tier set in my collection for me. But my favorite set that I have, just, and I love all my sets, but at the same time, this one is just above everything, and it's my R2D2.
Yeah,
The function, like everything it does, the things that you can do to it, pull out his middle leg, you can pull out Luke's lightsaber out of the top of his helmet. The head can move 360. His like little prams, like you push them out the back. Like there's just a lot of detail to it, and it's a fire set. And I'm ready for the $100 one that we get this year too. I want to see if that's
yeah.
going to be worth snagging. There's supposedly a lot of features to it as well, so we'll kind of see what that entails. But yeah, man, that
I'm gonna buy.
R2D2,
I'm gonna
it's
buy that.
sick.
It was really hard to not throw my Scout Trooper helmet on the list
Yes, yes,
because I love the Scout Troopers. I mean, I've got it right here. The Scout Trooper keychain. You got me.
yeah. That's straight out of
Love
Denver.
I love the Scout Troopers. I don't have a Scout Trooper minifig, which pisses me off. But
I have one.
they just don't make them with any of these sets that I see. So hopefully we get one soon, like a battle pack or something.
I think I got it in the 2021 Advent calendar. The one from 2 years ago. I think I got a Scout Trooper in that.
Last year's the first one I got, and then I forgot this year before it sold out, so I didn't get this one.
This year's was good. I think what I really was anticipating was the Omega minifig. That way I could complete the Bad Batch.
Could do that, but Wrecker vanished when I moved.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was the only casualty. I moved 30 sets, by car, 2 hours. The only casualty, I mean, besides having to put like the toe things back on the AT-AT.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, the only thing that happened was Wrecker vanished.
See, that's random too. Like Wrecker, like you lose Echo and you're like, God damn it. But you're like, it's Echo. He doesn't even want to be here anyways.
Exactly, but it's not Wrecker. It's not Tech Items. I lose Wrecker, the coolest one.
Yeah, damn it.
Need to tear my little brother's car apart. He's probably stuck between the seats.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we got our favorites down, I'm gonna go ahead and I have two underrated sets. So I'm gonna start with one. That's set number 75336, 924 pieces, and it's the Inquisitor Transport Scythe. The black shit from Kenobi. As soon as I saw that was dropping, I was like, you're coming home with me. Actually had $10 in Target Circle, and so I got the set for like $92. So I was pretty hype about that. But yeah, bro, it's too clean. Just the black, and it's slick, and it's like it seems like when you're building the Vader helmet, like all the extra pieces like fit onto that, and they're not just like normal black pieces. They're like the shiny ones, and then you get some of the sleek
black
ones. It's a good ship. The interior is very detailed, and people say what they say about the Inquisitors from Kenobi. They're fire. I like them, and plus you get the blue shirt with the like cross cape poncho that Kenobi was wearing. That's a tight minifig.
That is a tight minifig, but that for me, I mean, you love it. I'm glad, but that would be the blue poncho Kenobi be my only reason to get it. I think the ship's fugly.
Oh, bro, it's so nice.
I mean, I think it's Justifier Cad Bane from season 1 of Bad Batch Bad. I would never buy it.
The Justifier is trash. That shit.
The Justifier is awful.
But it's like when you're watching Kenobi, like the first episode, you're like, all right, I see what Kenobi's been up to. He's been working. He's a normal man now. And then it's like, oh crap, here's these Inquisitor people, and when you just get the shadow of the scythe just going across, you're like, oh yeah, this some shit. And then when they get out, you're kind of like, you're like, I thought the Grand Inquisitor had like a skinny head and was a Powin, but he has a fat egghead.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
don't know what
mean,
they did to Homeboy's noggin.
it's like, all right, yeah, it's just an animated iteration. But I'm easily persuaded, man. Like when like Ahsoka, like in Rebels, looks weird in my opinion, but everything in Rebels looks weird.
Well, everything in Rebels looks weird. That art style is just different.
Yeah, but when
My
you throw it into live action, it's live action. You know what I'm saying? My if I was to be an animated character, I might have like 6-pack abs and like a freaking purple lightsaber. Like, no,
yeah.
that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's animated me. That's not me in real life.
My problem with it was like they interviewed the guy who played him, and he's like, I didn't even watch any like the Rebels or anything. He's like, I'm just gonna do it my own way. Which
Rupert Friend.
yeah, and he played like that Hitman dude in one of those Hitman movies. But I was like, okay. I mean, you don't have to be a fan, but I mean, you gotta. I feel like you have to see some of the source material. Now, does he have to go through and watch and examine every scene that he's in with the microscope? No, obviously not. But I mean, I feel like you should at least say you watched it
Mm-hmm.
because it makes me feel like you don't care about your performance if you're not watching some source material.
Right. And
If you
especially with
like,
the budget that Kenobi had, like
yeah,
I know they got paid handsomely, but at the same time, it's just like, what do you expect? Like playing that role. And like Fifth Brother, like he was completely sidelined. I thought Fifth Brother was actually going to be like the main Inquisitor because I knew they were going to give one of the
yeah.
Inquisitors like the limelight, but it was Reva's character, which
Well,
I mean, it's not the best, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with the actress or the character itself. It's just they gave her the limelight. I was expecting it to be Fifth Brother, like I said, but
yeah, my thing with that is like, I don't think she was written super well.
mm-hmm.
I don't did none of that. Actress deserve the hate she got? No, because it's not her fault that her character's written like that. I think she was written a little clunky, and that light skin backflip she did in that chase across the rooftop scene is almost as bad as the light skin spin in Boba Fett.
I was gonna say the
That one's
flips, light skin flips. That's one thing,
bro.
but
That so
light skin
pisses me the
spins,
fuck off.
like
I watched that episode a couple hours ago before I went to some friends to watch football, and I want to claw my eyes out when I see that because it just, I mean, his whole character with the stupid fucking uh, binocular eye.
yeah, and
If I was like the casting director, I'd be like, go home.
yeah, take that
You're not
off.
in the you're not in the show, bro. You lost it. Go home.
See, and that's
But
like not that's the spin and just the overall like look like it's horrible. But I think the worst is when Fennec and Boba are sitting by his back to tank, and I think it's right at the end of it. It's at the end of an episode. I think it's right before the Pike War, but or yeah. And they're talking to him through hologram, and Fennec
mhm.
looks at him and said, keep your eyes out, or like keep your eye out."
Keep an
And
eye
then
out. And Bo's like,
and
sorry, it's just an expression.
yeah, and then he's just like, "Oh, don't worry, I paid a lot for this thing." It's like,
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
That was
That was bad. That was
trash
bad.
dialogue. Just
That
leave
was
that out.
yeah, that was bad. But back to Kenobi. I got sidetracked with the light skin spins.
Fucking
Uh,
spins.
well, I didn't like that. And then they used the other Inquisitors as like walking scenery. Like
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Brother talks a little bit, but that isn't like Third Sister. Does she even speak? And I'm genuinely asking. I don't remember. I haven't watched it for a bit, and in fact, I might rewatch that tonight too.
Re-
Does she even speak?
Reva's third sister, so you're thinking second sister.
Oh, second sister. Okay,
She's kind of like she orangey,
it's like
like face
orangey. Yeah.
little stamps. Yeah, she when they're at the Inquisitor base, like the underwater, like half underwater one,
Mm-hmm.
she has like a couple lines, but it's very minor. But man, actually thinking about that like Inquisitor like tomb thing, that episode's actually badass. I always
No, that
forget
was
about it too.
the walking Leia out under the cloak thing was kind of lame too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what else is he gonna do? But like, I mean, that was kind of a lame idea.
Yeah. I mean,
Just to be
sometimes just
nitpicky.
yeah. I think it was
But I mean,
crazy too, dude. Could you imagine if they had like Kit Fisto like tombed down there in that like area with all the Jedi, like him like just like sliced across, but he's like two pieces, but he's like held together by that like carbonite-ish stuff.
well, they
That'd be
had
wild.
Master Sanube from Clone Wars, but
That's tight.
the poor old guy. He's the only one I remember recognizing, though.
Yeah.
The rest of
They
them were
had
like the
they had a
little young one
youngling
that
too.
Anakin. Isn't it the one that Anakin slashes at the beginning of Order 66?
No, it's not him. I think that kid kind of looked like the one that helped uh Yoda and Obi-Wan figure out what was going on with Camino, like why there wasn't anything when he had
It
the
very,
projection.
that could be, but no, that was tight. It would have been cool if they threw someone in there else other than someone bigger than a guy who was in a couple episodes of Clone Wars. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who. Maybe a
Yeah.
member of the council. Just be like, oh shit, that's where he is now.
Yeah. That'd be tight.
And then you get the hallway scene with him underwater there.
Oh yeah, when he's holding up the glass, like when it's about to
Mm-hmm.
break, that's tight.
Yeah, that was tight.
Like so many people like hate on the scene where like Tala like slaps the stormtrooper like on the head and he like and like gets away and it's like, dude, are you kidding me? Like like who cares? Like yeah, she slapped him and it's like of course it wasn't that hard, but like come on. Like
I
it's a
mean, yeah, it's a show. I mean, chill. I mean, some of the stuff in that show, I understand people complaining about. Like, I think Rebel was written poorly.
Mhm.
Uh, some of it would do better, but then there's people like when Leia's falling after that chase scene on the rooftops, and they're freaking out because Obi-Wan was having trouble, catching her. It's like, do you not understand that that's literally the entire fucking point?
Yeah,
He's
it's
cut
the
himself off from the Force for 10 years. He's rusty. That's the whole. That's the whole point of it, dude. You're
hey,
missing the picture.
unless you're Luke and you cut yourself off from the Force because you try to kill your nephew, and then your sister and your best friend hate you, and then you cut yourself off from the Force, and then you Force project yourself planets away, and then you die.
That was just too much for him.
He was a little too rusty.
Yeah, no shit.
Is there any underrated Lego sets in your opinion?
Underrated Lego sets. The new Yoda Starfighter I've seen is getting some hate.
Oh my god, it's too clunky, dude. It's from the Clone Wars. It
It's
makes
supposed to
sense.
be. It's
Fire set.
awesome. Is what they meant to say. I love that set. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's clean. That was I think I got that a week after it came out.
I didn't pre-order that one, but I got it pretty soon after it came out too. Also,
It was a random drop, I will say.
it was a random drop. It's weird, and because they did another one not too long ago. It's retired now, but it was one like 4 or 5 years ago. It was like 20.
Mm-hmm.
Did it say 2017? Maybe
It might have been 19.
might have been 19. So either way, very recent in like the Lego uh, cycle line. So I don't know why they did it, but I mean, I'm happy they did. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a lot of hype around Obi-Wan's Starfighter either.
Yeah, and I had Lindsay Target pick up that because it wasn't on the shelves yet, and I was like, bro, they're gonna sell out. Like this set, straight out of Attack of the Clones, you get freaking Ton Wee. Is it Ton?
Yeah,
Yeah, Ton
Tommy.
Wee
Yeah, it's Tommy.
and R4. Like, come on.
Yes. And I loved. I mean, it might be impartial because I love the Jedi Starfighters. I want to get. They've got more of them. They've got Plo Koon's one, which I really need.
Yes.
I think they've got Kit Fisto's. They've got someone else. They've got multiple. Four. They've got like five more. I mean, they get rarer and more expensive as you go on. Once you get like Mace Windu's and Ahsoka's got one, and they've got like a
Mm-hmm.
blue Anakin one from like between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. That is kind of goofy, but I'd still buy it. But I don't know why. I mean, I pre-ordered that. That came out in like February, and I
Yeah.
probably had it pre-ordered by this time last year because I remember pre-ordering it like the second I was able to,
Yeah.
and because I got it delivered from Amazon the day it dropped, and put it together that night. I love that set.
Yeah, it's a clean set. And it matches with the Republic tank fighter really well too, like the white and
Yeah,
maroon.
it does.
It's clean.
I love that tank too.
That's a big steal for $40 at the time.
Yeah, and all the clones that came with it, plus
Mm-hmm.
Mace Windu.
Yep.
Anytime you can add another lightsaber to the collection is an easy cop
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yep. Finally, blue. Yeah, blue, red, green, purple, and then I got the Rey holiday edition, and it comes with her yellow
The
lightsaber.
yellow one.
So now I have all the lightsabers, um, and the dark saber too.
Nice.
You have a dark saber mold, don't you?
Yeah, it came with the T6 because it had like it's not like the circle like lightsaber blade. It's got like the curve like sword
Right.
blade
Yeah, it's
that
clean.
comes with it.
Wait, what set did you got it with the T6?
I'm 90% sure it came with the T6 because I think
No,
it was.
it came with the you got the Fang fighter, right? With the TIE
Oh,
interceptor?
yeah, it did come with that. You're right. You're right. It did come with that.
Because that's the first set it came out with. When I got the spider tank, there's it comes with that curved like sword looking one, like dark saber, like actual
Yeah.
looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
That was
Is there any other underrated sets? Because I got one that is a smack.
Well, I want to hear yours. Let me think about it though.
75102 717 pieces. Crazy, actually. I wouldn't imagine it to be any more than 500 pieces. Poe Dameron's black one, baby.
Yeah, that one's pretty
It's
fire.
it's just underrated. You don't really hear too many people talking about it. The second I saw it on uh the Lego Star Wars game, I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, who had a black and orange X-wing?" And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, "Yep, no shit. Poe Dameron did have that." And actually, and it's a set, but it wasn't called Poe Dameron's Black One. It was Poe Dameron's X-wing. That is what it was called. So, and he obviously had the white with the orange, but then the black with the orange, just too clean, dude.
Okay, I think I want to throw, and I think it's just because they've made like 300 iterations of it. The Luke Sand Speeder,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Land Speeder, not Sand Speeder. I have the UCS one,
Mm-hmm.
which is super clean. And it's the first UCS one they've done, but I'm pretty sure they've done like 100 other copies from like little tiny scale to up to medium. But I'm pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but people were just tired. I remember reading reviews. People are just tired of seeing the land speeder, even one that's really uber detailed like this one. I think they're just tired of it, which I kind of understand. But it's not in my top favorite sets, but it's one of the, if not the prettiest set I own.
Yeah, it's clean, dude. The
The
like
details on it are
orange.
insane. It's just sleek, and that thing's damn solid too. It's built like a brick.
Yeah, I was gonna say just from looking at it and like seeing videos and like people how they carry it like underneath, like it seems
Mm-hmm.
like it carries its weight.
Yeah, someone got one of those for free when I ordered it originally because uh, UPS lost it. They delivered it somewhere else, Because I remember I got home from work, and I'm getting home at like 11 o'clock at night then, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get my speeder, and I walk up the steps, and there's no box by my door. I'm like, motherfucker.
You're like, who took my
So
shit?
so I'm wandering around. I'm so desperate for it. I'm wandering around other people's doors like 11 o'clock at night, looking for a box. Walking up, trying to tiptoe up these stairs because they're not quiet and people are trying to sleep. Is it up here? Up here? Gone. So eventually I got it, but
It's just whack,
for,
dude.
for
Do
real.
your job better. Oh well.
Like, you got to type into GPS, bro. How hard could it be?
Crazy. Tragic.
For real.
Well, for the first time, us talking a whole episode about Lego and then veering off into talking about some good and bad things with Kenobi. We've talked about some sets, but from leaks, rumors, all that, what are some 2024 sets that you just have to have from what we've heard?
It's so hard because I want so many of them. It'll be easier the first because uh Monday, the only one I really want that's coming out is the battle pack with the clone troopers and the
Mm-hmm.
droids because it's got B2s. Don't have any of those. Don't think they've made them for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
So I need the B2s. uh, all the MIDI scale ships,
Yes.
all of the
Invisible
modular.
hand.
Invisible hand. Oh, I mean the TNT4 is going to be a MIDI scale. They've done that before. It wasn't a UCS, but it was a large scale one.
Yes.
But I need that, the Invisible Hand, the Millennium Falcon, R2, all the dioramas. They haven't released any helmets. They might be. Are they done with the helmet line? Like, for sure.
They're done with them because the MIDI scales are taking over. So what, in my
Well,
opinion, what will be tight is that gives them more time to actually think of some like good helmets and keep pumping those out. But they do have a lot of chances with the MIDI scale, like even a Nebula, like that would be crazy.
a Nebulon B. I love those. I've got that. I've got that Comic Con exclusive one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. I love that one.
I do know, well, not to veer off, but I'm gonna stay on track real quick, but I'm gonna come back to it. I am ready for the diorama sets. We get the Tantive 4 hallway scene like right at the beginning of A New Hope. Um Vader, some stormtroopers, and then there's also some rebel troopers that will be in that one. So that's gonna be
That'll
really
be
tight.
that'll be nice. I don't have any of the Rebel Troopers.
Yeah, those will be very tight to have. Maybe a little Antilles action.
Ooh, that'd
Um
be Captain Antilles, wouldn't it?
yeah, that'd be tight. Maybe just him as a side. Bane or fives. Darth Bane or fives comes with that set.
I'll buy whatever set those guys come with because I need them.
It's fives because Bane comes with R2.
Oh, well, good. I'll get those anyways because I don't have an R2 yet, so I need R2.
Yeah. And of course, dude, I just need to see a leaked image of this Boonta Eve pod racing diorama set. Obviously, we think pegs are going to be like the people in the stands. Maybe Sebulba and Anakin's pod racer, just the final two.
That's what I'll
But
assume they're going to do as well.
it's,
Coming up to the
man,
finish line, maybe something like that.
yes, like that would be so clean.
Yes, I
Um,
need that.
but yes, the invisible hand MIDI scale, it will be able to break apart in two pieces, which is really tight. Very clean.
I love the MIDI scale things because, like we were talking, I'm staying on topic too. But when I shop for like the retired sets, you'll see like when I was shopping for Star Destroyer before I decided I was going to buy the big UCS one, they made a MIDI scale Star Destroyer that was like, I think it was like 14 inches long. It wasn't huge,
Mm.
but it was like 2012, something like that. And I really wanted it then. So I was saying I hope they bring those back, and it looks like now they are. And if I have to sacrifice the helmets for the midi scale ships, that's kind of an easy dub
Yeah, I
because
mean they're gonna be fire either way.
I mean
So,
they should do like the Luker Hulk battleship too in the midi scale, the big circle one, you know.
oh yeah. Yeah, that would be fire. What would be another good one? Maybe
They
can't
could
really go
re-release
ahead.
like the Star Destroyer in like you. That'd be a good way to do like the big capital ships. So like the Luker Hulk, the Star Destroyer, the Super Star Destroyer, the Venator, like Hammerhead Corvette, stuff like that. Not like the Y wings or the X wings, but it's gonna have to be like bigger ships, but around a little bigger than the X wings, but around that general size, so that you can have them and they don't have to be like the big $800 UCS sets.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Would be cool if we could get like maybe a little set with that Dyson Sphere planet that Mando was on. It was like that ring planet.
Oh yeah, the one that kind of looks like a Halo ring.
Yeah, that shit would be fire too.
Yeah.
Um, Also, they're dropping a Mandalorian Commando battle pack, which will
Oh
have
yeah, that's
Paz
right. Need that.
Vizsla and Moff
Rip.
Gideon with the helmet. Like
Need.
in
I
the
don't have a Moff Gideon minifig, so that'll be a cop because I need him.
yes, but yeah, R.I.P. Paz. He passed away.
Are we gonna
Poor
get
guy.
my? Are we gonna get the crew from Lizzo's planet? Those Mandalorians, Axe Woves.
I forgot they like team up. Yeah, I forgot they team up. Yes, they're not Axe Woves. We're getting his Funko though.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Casca Reeves.
Mom.
Yeah. Casca Mom. Fuck man.
Those
I
are the
think
only. They're the.
some of the super um commando Mandalorians, the ones that Moff Gideon had.
Those would be fire.
Or maybe Paz Vizsla Casca. I don't know, dude. There's a set with Casca Reeves. I do know that. So
Bless. We'll be buying that.
yeah, hopefully it comes with her hairpiece because like the way she has like the lattice like
Yeah.
hair, like maybe they could pull that off. I doubt it, but
It'd look weird. Then you have to do the helmet and like a hairpiece, and then it's gonna go down to here, and so yeah. I don't know they do that, but it'd be cool.
I think that's really it. UCS set is rumored to be like the May the 4th promo is supposed to be a UCS TIE interceptor.
I think that's confirmed that it's a TIE interceptor. Which, if they didn't release the one with the Fang fighter, I'd be more likely to buy, just
Yeah.
because this one now is already a decent size,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also really detailed. I really love that set.
Yeah, I need to grab that too. I like
So
the Fang Fighter. I like how flat it is.
it's flat, and that thing's built real sturdy too. It's really nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to get on some of those 1v1 sets. Those are pretty cool. The E-Wing and like Shin Hati's is probably the lowest, but I
That
want
is the
those
lowest on the list.
minifigs.
I want the E-wing.
Yeah, E-Wing's tight.
Her ship, I'm gonna kind of in on Shin
Yeah.
Hati minifig for obvious reasons.
Why is she away from the other ones? No, don't ask.
Don't ask. Why is she in a mason jar? Don't worry about it.
Don't. She can't breathe this air. It's toxic. Well,
Jesus.
with that wrapping up, man, we have talked about Lego for about an hour. I think this is a good little stopping point. Maybe we can figure out what's going on with some of these later sets and when they'll come out. I need leaked images. I need some rumors, but ultimately just some confirmation on this goddamn pod racing diorama because that has a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, they're gonna be fire. I'm surprised we don't have them released yet because usually they're kind of they're good about releasing like the January and the March picks getting released or leaked rather kind of early.
Yeah, and they're lacking so far this year. But maybe that's for a good thing. Maybe they're hiding something that we don't know about. Who
Yeah,
knows?
hopefully. Maybe we'll actually get Jabba's sail barge this year.
I was just thinking that too. Maybe we get that this year, or maybe that's the next year. May the Fourth
That'd be
promo.
a, that'd be a good mini scale one.
Yeah, that would be actually. That'd be tight. Put a little blue stud in there for my boy Max Rebo.
Yes.
Put like a 2x2 like green box Lego brick, and that can be Jabba's big ass.
I want one of the Jabba. Not even a minifig, but I want one of the Jabba figs.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be clean. I think the only parts that come apart is his arms. You like snap his arms onto there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I think,
I need that one.
but hell yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to add to the video?
I don't think so. I think we covered all of it pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. And this won't be the last time we talk about Lego. We're pretty inclined into the Lego community, especially for Star Wars. So
Mm-hmm.
we will definitely be talking about some sort of Lego every podcast, but this one was all for it. But we're going into a new year, so there's going to be a lot of new topics, a lot of new shows, and there's just a lot more coming in the new year. So we'll be right there with you guys. But until next time, I'm the Brandalorian, and I'm out of here.
Catch you guys next time.
Peace.